What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this American Horror Story Season 7 video. So, wow, I am so glad that American Horror Story is back on our screens, and that means that Christmas isn't that far away, which obviously means it is coming up to winter, which is my favourite season. But enough of my favourite seasons. If you're new to the channel, please do drop a like, please do subscribe, and click that bell button to get notifications. Join the squad. Oh yes, this is it. American Horror Story. What an episode. It had me in stitches. This was, and I'm not Shawn Mendes stitches, man. This was laughing. This was damn good, this episode. So, if you don't know what this episode is about, or if you're watching this without actually knowing anything about what it was going to be, well, we heard from Ryan Murphy, the show's creator, that this show would be following or setting the timeline of the American election in 2016, which saw Trump win. Yes, sorry about that, guys. I mean, the triggered part did have me laughing, but I am not a Trump fan, but it's not really much of my business because I am not an American, so that is that. However, this episode, the show is seemingly a hell of a lot more set around Trump than I actually expected. I expected this show to be about a cult with the backdrop of the election. So then, like, when they're in their home or whatever, the TV is showing the coverage, and we see maybe some fallout of that or some effect of that. However, we have really the whole catalyst of this show, or this season, really is actually the theme of the election. So we have Evan Peters Kai, who is an absolute Trump fanatic. Although I have to call into question how much he loves Donald Trump, or the fact that he is an edgy 4chaner, just like the city official in the show said. So the show pretty much follows Ali, who's played by Sarah Paulson, a fantastic actress, and her character is triggered by the seemingly world events. So she's triggered by the election and is starting to see clowns absolutely everywhere. And, well, it also triggered, 9/11 triggered her as well, but Alison Pill's character was able to pull her out of that. And it just, I'm not too sure how much on the nose this really is, having a huge triggered character, a triggered snowflake, as the alt-right like to call it, or should I call it the alt-shite. But here we have this character who is playing the typical kind of person who hates Trump, who is really, really angry about him winning and voted the Green Party representative instead of Hillary Clinton. Good choice, I don't like Hillary. But this episode this will follow her family of the two, this same-sex couple who have a child. Now, this is a very, very good episode, I thought. Personally, I thought it was a fantastic episode. And the antagonist this season is going to be Kai, and similarly Winter as well. We have got Kai, who is playing, seemingly going by this episode, he is seemingly wanting to inject fear into the world and become a cult leader, and he's really been validated by Donald Trump, and he sees this as an opportunity, not for the world, but really, I think, deep down, he's a very bullied or something sort of teenager, and, well, he is actually wanting to take over and do this, which is, I think he is definitely 100% behind the clowns. Those clowns are as well completely real as well, unless we have Ali's son who is seeing them as well as a vision. But I don't think that's true, because the murder actually happened. We see the awesome Colton Haynes, who played, of course, Roy Harper on Arrow. Amazing to see that actor here as well, with his really cool bleached hair. But the crux of this is that this clown cult will be taking over. However, what is curious is in the trailer for next episode, we have some blue-shirted Hitler Youth look-alike wannabes, which are led by as well Evan Peters. So we have Evan Peters leading them as well. So we sort of have two cults going on. I thought the cult would be like some kind of Charles Manson style thing, but we have that as well with the clowns, who I would presume are inspired by Twisty. So what I thought was curious as well, we have got Kai and Winter, who are at the opposite ends of the spectrum on the political beliefs, but they seem to both have some sort of weird, real kind of hatred for the world. So there is that as well. So I'm not too sure why they are targeting the alley and why they're infiltrating that family and doing what they're doing. So it's weird there. I'm not too sure what this end game is. Are they trying to recruit this kid for some sort of reason or whatever? Which I think that Kai has some sort of vendetta against Ali or this family, as well, as he said when he was laughed out of the whole thing with the... I'm not really sure what it actually is when he was in that courtroom. He was like trying to vote on a motion or put his view across, and he was laughed out. And he said that, well, there's nothing more dangerous than a humiliated man. So I'm not sure if this is he's leading this clown cult and leading it against Ali and trying to trigger her as well, because I find it weird that they killed the guy who called him out, and then it's so close to Ali as well, and everything is going on there, and the clowns have been following her around as well. So I think that they are definitely linked there. But this was a really, really good episode. I really, really did like it. And what I thought was curious as well is how Winter said that she was sent to Florida. I'm not sure how true it was, if Hillary Clinton supporters or her team was sent to the wrong state as well, or the fact that, well, Twisty was in Jupiter in Florida as well. So Twisty was there in Florida, Winter was also in Florida, and we have these clowns. So I'm seeing a really big connection there. Is she leading these killer clowns? Maybe, I don't know. That is a long shot to actually really think about. But it is a really, really good episode. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great, great start. And it does seem like what is going on is going to be a political cult. So we've got this political cult. So I mentioned these blue shirt guys in the trailer for next episode, which I might include in this video at some point. I might pop it in. But we have him leading a political cult. So is the alt-right, which they are, which is pretty much what Kai is here, is he the cult of American Horror Story Season 7? But then we have the clowns as well. So I think we've got a lot of setting up here. A lot of it is set up, and we will see the Mexican attack on Kai as well and see where that leads to. And I expect he'll use them as a scapegoat, as a false flag, to actually become what he wants and to be this leader of this political movement, much to Ali's dismay. And I'm not too sure where this will go next, but I thought it was a really, really good episode. I really did enjoy it, and I think all the acting was done really well. I think the bit when Ali gets triggered was a bit comical, a bit too comical for what I think that they were intending to actually do. But there's a lot of ways we can actually go here. And part of me is thinking that Ali will actually end up in the asylum. I'm not too sure what in the modern day what that asylum is actually doing, but I can't help but think that as she gets more and more mad and is more triggered, she will move and get taken to the asylum to stay there. And it would be a really, really nice callback as well. And another question for me as well, who actually wrote these Twisty comics? Because Twisty was, for all intents and purposes, technically real. So he was technically real in the world. He was a murderer. And who wrote these comics about all of this that has happened as well? So there's a lot of questions, a lot of big, big questions. But we're only the first episode in, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. And to me, this is very, very much like American Horror Story. So it's very much, American Crime Story. So it's very much more like the O.J. Simpson thing here, as well as they're using real life events. I can't blame them because that was incredibly popular. But that is it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.